How's it going, YouTube? Jamie the Kid 00 here with my post Judgment of the Light Mecha Phantom Beast deck profile. I managed to go to a few sneak peeks yesterday and across the course of the weekend, and I managed to pick up the commons and the super that I kind of needed to build this deck. I personally don't play Blue Impala, so that made it a bit easier for me to build the deck because I didn't need the Ultra. But I did manage to put this together, and I figured I'd actually do a deck profile of what I'm testing at the moment. I haven't really given this deck too much thought because I've been too busy testing kind of more meta things like Bujin and Fire Fist. But I felt I should at least do a deck profile of this because I know people really like this deck, and I really like it, but I just haven't given it the time. So I guess this will kind of lead into my testing. But this is what I've been toying with, and I threw together quite a few test hands, and while this is a little bit slower than, of course, some of the more meta-based decks, it still has some really powerful plays, and that'll become really apparent when you see the extra deck. And if I have time, I might talk about a few other combos as I go through it. Either way, we're going to get into the deck profile. So we're going to play 3 copies of Mecha Phantom Beast Mega Raptor. He's basically integral to the deck. Should I read these effects? Yeah, basically, each of these guys almost has basically 2 effects. When this guy's out, if a token is summoned, if a Mecha Phantom Beast token is summoned by any means, he'll summon you another one once per turn. And then, again, once per turn, he can tribute one of your Mecha Phantom Beast tokens to rotor a Mecha Phantom Beast from your deck to your hand. So, pretty good guy. He's pretty standard, 1900 attack, bit of a beefcake, and he has the usual effect of, when there's a token out, he can't be destroyed. Then I played 3 copies of Mecha Phantom Beast Tetherwolf. This is kind of like the go-to guy. This is what I usually search off of Mega Raptor if I don't have combo plays in hand. He's a 1700 guy who, when he's summoned, gets a token out. And then if he attacks during the damage step, he can tribute a token to go up by 800 attacks. So it's pretty beefy. And of course, while there's a token out, he can't be destroyed. So, he's a pretty good guy. Then I played 3 copies of Mecha Phantom Beast Harliard. I don't really know how to say its name, so it kind of sounds a bit silly. This guy is 1800 body, and basically when he's out, if once per turn, if a token is tributed for an effect, so like tributing for a rotor, like with Mega Raptor, he'll get you a new one, as long as you're not tributing for his effect once per turn. And then he has another effect which lets you special summon another Mecha Phantom Beast from your hand by tributing a token. And the best one that you will be special summoning is the card that goes hand in hand with him from Judgment of the Light. 2 copies of Mecha Phantom Beast Cult Wing. Cult Wing reads, when it's special summoned from the hand, you can get 2 tokens. It'll special summon 2 tokens if you already have a Mecha Phantom Beast on the field. And then it can tribute 2 tokens to basically destroy and then banish, like bottomless trap hole any card. So it's pretty good, And the very fact that once you've then done this play, you can make, say, a rank 10, or if you can find a way to get one of the tokens off, like if you haven't used Harliard yet, you can make any rank 7 you may want. So it's pretty good. So that was the Cult Wings. For the rest of the 2 offs, I played 2 copies of Mecha Phantom Beast Black Falcon. Basically, when Black Falcon attacks, it gets a token, and at any point, as a quick effect, during your turn, I believe, it can change the battle position of an opponent's monster. I think it might be in their turn as well. I can't really remember to read it at the moment. But if I've goofed that up, I've goofed that up. And then finally, well, we're almost done. I played 2 copies of Mecha Phantom Beast Hamstrat. Basically, when this guy is flip face up by any means, he'll get you 2 tokens, and he can tribute a token to reborn any Mecha Phantom Beast in your graveyard, which can come quite in handy when you're playing things like Cult Wing. And then the last Mecha Phantom Beast that I'm testing is 1 copy of Mecha Phantom Beast Warbleran. I'm not a massive fan of it. It's probably going to come out for the next card once I get another copy of it. But at the moment it's testing really well. It allows me to make Crimson Blader quite easily, which is really good against the Dragon matchup. So it's not a bad card. It's definitely not a bad card. And then the other card I play is 1 copy of Cockadoodle-Doo. This card is actually really good, especially in this deck, because it gives you quite easy access to your Conqueror and quite easy access to your 8s, and you could. He's just really quite good. I really quite like using this card, so no reason why not to. Otherwise, and because he's a 5, if you ever actually normal summon him, you can sync him with a token for an 8. So he kind of synergizes no matter what situation he's in. So I really like that. And then for the other monsters I play, 2 copies of Effect Veiler and 2 copies of Maxi, because this format is dumb and you need hand traps. And I don't play that many traps, so Please excuse the sniffles, I have a mild cold coming on, I think. Or hay fever, one of the two. Then for the spells, I play the Reborn, the Dark Hole, the Storm, and the Book. Pretty simple. And then accompanied with another one-off in the form of Scapegoats, because there are so many effects on these Mecha Phantom Beasts that say token and not Mecha Phantom Beast token, that they can synergize really well with your goats. So, why not play goats? I then play 2 copies of Forbidden Lance, because it's Forbidden Lance. And I don't like playing MST this format if I don't have to, because there aren't that many decks that MST is that good against. And then I play 3 copies of Scramble Scramble. This is really good, actually, especially with Cult Wing. It used to be meh before, but if you can basically find a way to get 2 tokens out with none of your monsters, if your opponent has a monster, you can play this, get Harliard and Cult Wing, and make either a 10 or a 7 if you should wish to. So I should probably explain that combo in a minute, but it's really good. Then for the traps, I have 9 traps and they're all 3-ofs. I play 3 copies of Aerial Recharge. This card synergizes really well with I've forgotten his name now. Megaraptor, because this card, once per turn, it can summon you a token, and then it would of course set off the Megaraptor by getting you another, which would then get you another token. And in the end phase, you have to either tribute a token or a Mecha Phantom Beast, or this dies. So basically, it's pretty good. It allows you to gain advantage with your Megaraptor, or if you're in a situation where you just really need a token to tribute to activate an effect, you can just play this and it will die. But sometimes if you activate that effect, you can then kind of go off and you will result in having a token you contribute for it. So it's a really good card. I really like using it, and it's kind of like almost a win condition if you have the right cards with it. I then play 3 copies of Compulsory Evacuation Device because it's compulse. It's really good. And then I'm then playing 3 copies of Breakthrough Skill. This is something I'm testing at the moment, but it stops so many decks dead, especially as Fire is becoming really popular. It's just Breakthrough puts in a lot of work against that and things like that. So that is the main. The extra is really strange, but my extras, I always say my extras are strange, so I suppose this might be good, but I'm not sure if I like it yet. I'm playing 1 Catastor because you can make it with a level 1 Warbleran and any level 4, so Catastor. And if you use Warbleran to make this, you'll get the token off of Warbleran, so yay. 1 Mecha Phantom Beast Conqueror. While he's out, your tokens can't die, so he's pretty good. He's pretty good. 1 Shogun, because you can make Shogun, because this deck is almost all machines, so why not. Then for the 8s, I play Stardust Dragon, for the Gozen match synergy, I guess. 1 Scrap Dragon, because it's Scrap Dragon, and 1 Crimson Blader, because you need to play this. So that's it for the synchros. You hardly ever make those, but sometimes you do, and it's great, but the real bulk is in the Xyzes. You don't need to play that many 4s because you hardly ever make them, but you play. I play some key level 4s just in case. I play 1 Maestro because he's like a really good generic guy. Play 1 Shockmaster because sometimes you will make Cult Wing Harliard plays where you result in no tokens, but you have another guy on board, and you can make Shockmaster. And making Shockmaster whenever you can is always good, so I'd rather have the option than not. And then 1 Gear Gigant X because it can search basically anything in the deck except Cockle-Doodle-Doo and my Veiler and Maxis. So Gear Gigant's pretty good. Then for the 7s, because you make 7s so easily in this, I play 1 Big Eye and 1 Master of Blades. And then what Mecha Phantom Beast deck would be complete without 3 copies of Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack? You kind of have to. Well, I don't think you'll actually make that many, but I kind of felt it'd be nice to have the full set in a Mecha Phantom Beast deck. So, in the deck is meant to be in. So, 3 Draco Sack. And then the last card I'm playing, because over in the UK and Europe, we're not allowed to play Gustav Max because of the Shonen Jump distribution rights. So I'm playing 1 copy of Sky Palace Gangaridai, I think it's called. Basically, this card is like a good option against Gustav Max. Basically, there's a 2 level 10s. He's 3/4, whereas Gustav is just 3k. And he can once per turn detach an Xyz material, killing an opponent's an opponent's card, burning them for a K, and he can't attack. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I quite like it. I might consider it over Gustav, but Gustav has that 2k burn, which can be really, really powerful. But yeah, I think that's about everything I wanted to talk about. This has been my Mecha Phantom Beast deck profile. If you've got any questions or any build improvements you want to suggest, please feel free to put those in the comment section below, and I have more Judgment of the Light deck profiles to come. So I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys very soon with another video. Peace out. Bye.